My studio was too small, in fact, to put the painting up as a whole, so I've been making it in pieces, and this will be my first opportunity, a frightening one, I must say, to see it complete.
Okay, 13 to 24.
Encaustic is a Greco-Roman technique. The Egyptians used to use it to paint their mummy portraits. It was painted with layers and layers of hot wax mixed with pigment, and I've drawn inspiration from that. Over the last 35 years, I've been experimenting with it, trying to break precedent, because I didn't really have a particular direction, and there's very little understanding of how it really works. And it's led me down a road that I thought would only be for a year or two, and now it's, half of a life later. The nails are so much part of it, I just have to put them all in. In this particular case, the nails are used, it's about crucifixion, so the nails are about all the crucifixions, and I've used it to create a temporary installation. So the nails, as soon as we see a nail, we know that it's temporary, it's going to come out.
We're on right, number 12.
I have an assistant, a fantastic assistant helping me, but I have to put all of the nails in because it's part of the whole ritual of putting it up and taking it down, and I always put a new hole in the piece of work because part of it is I don't want it to be a precious thing, it's part of a thought. And by putting a new hole in each time that I present it, it's part of the history and the deterioration of the work, and a similar metaphor for our own degeneration and deterioration. It has a life and it changes, and it shifts color. The patina will change over time. Sometimes little bits may fall off, and conservators chaos, but it's part of the work. The body is inspired by the study drawings of Michelangelo for the risen Christ, or the crucifixion. The wings, those are very much about Icarus, the phoenix, about the more hopeful and buoyant. And they come from a German aviator or an inventor called Otto Lilienthal, who was the precursor to the Wright brothers. He performed his tests in Anklam, up in the north of Germany. And the landscape that I've painted is the landscape that he flew in and died in his attempts. So I wanted to have something that referred to both the crucifixion and the risen Christ, and our desire to transcend our earthly constraints, all the things that we're not supposed to fly, and all of these great, the hubris of mankind, really. And I want to speak about it in a positive way. The way they fit, it's like the continents coming back together. For quite a few years when I was a boy, I used to close my eyes and try as hard as I could to levitate. And so this idea of being able to fly or be buoyant is now made its way into my adult life with freediving. And in my spare time, I like to hold my breath and go down underwater as deep as I can, sometimes not deep for a little bit of time. And it's the same, it's like a rebirth, and it's only a mirror, almost a mirror to the work that I'm doing.